CWR Breakfast
with Phil Upton.
9:30, Thursday morning. Should we catch up with James Luxford, our movie critic from Stratford upon Avon? Time to get their film recommendations, find out what's good, what's bad, and what's on demand with James for another week. Morning, James.
Good morning.
Had a good week?
Yeah, not too bad. Something of, I suppose, a little bit of a sad timing there, what you mentioned about Ronnie Spector. I was just researching the great woman as she is having a film made about her.
Oh, wow.
It's called Be My Baby, and it is starring Zendaya, who you may have seen recently in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, a huge biopic for the coming year, and just very sad coincidence. These things tend to be, I know, with the Mandela movie and, of course, the Ray Charles biopic, they both sort of came around the time of the subject's passing. So it's funny how that goes, but a celebration of the great woman, I hope.
Good stuff. Looking forward to that ultimately in our cinemas. Rather more immediately, you have a good and a bad and an on-demand for us, I know, this morning. Starting with your good this week.
Yes, my good is Memoria in cinemas Friday. It's a surreal drama starring Tilda Swinton as a woman in Colombia haunted by a noise that only she can hear.
It's like a rumble from the core of the earth, and then it shrinks.
Sounds like a bit of a psychological thriller, this one.
Yes, I thought it was great. It's very much kind of an art film that might take some a little while to adjust to its wavelength. I think it's certainly not what you're used to if you only watch sort of blockbusters or something like that. But I think in terms of bringing something different to cinema, it's a really interesting film that is more about the experience than it is a kind of linear story. If you like films by say Terrence Malick, I think this is definitely for you. It won't be for everyone, but I think I very much enjoyed it, and I think I enjoy anything with Tilda Swinton in it. And I do love a movie that really challenges what's possible when you go to the cinema.
Do you like Tilda Swinton, like yourself, James, and really, invests in the roles that she plays? Let's go from your good then, Memoria, which is out on Friday, tomorrow in cinemas in Coventry and Warwickshire. Let's talk about your bad, shall we, or one to avoid?
The bad, and how's this for a title? Hotel Transylvania Transformania. Okay. On Amazon Prime Video from Friday. It's the fourth film in the Hotel Transylvania series, where a mishap turns Dracula and his friends into humans.
Your dad never really thought of me as part of the family. All because I'm not a monster.
So, you want to become a monster, huh?
Van Helsing?
The monstrification ray turns humans into monsters and monsters into humans.
But is this safe, though?
Great question.
Can't believe they're onto a fourth one of these. I remember the original Hotel Transylvania. My kids were quite young, quite into it at the time. Great at Halloween, but I don't know, sort of a sense that maybe they've tried to take this franchise on one too many. James, maybe.
I think so. That was 10 years ago, the first one, and wow. Yes, I think this is a case of a series that has kind of ground to a halt. I didn't love it. I think there's a reason this skipped cinemas and went straight to Prime Video. It's just run out of steam a little bit. Yes, I think the slapstick will keep young kids entertained, but I think with things like Encanto and Luca recently from Disney, we're getting to a point where I think we've proven family films can be fun and amusing, but also thoughtful. This doesn't really have enough of either for me.
Okay, let's move on then quickly, shall we, to your on-demand selection. This is something that you can pick up through your on-demand services on your smart TVs and the like. What have you gone for this week, Jane?
On demand, I've gone for The Tragedy of Macbeth on Apple TV Plus from Friday, and still in cinemas after a limited release on the New Year's Day. One of the Coen brothers, Joel Coen, directs Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand in an adaptation of the Scottish play.
By the pricking of my thumbs,
Something wicked this way comes.
My husband. King that shall be.
If we should fail.
We fail.
Always traditionally the role played by a black actor, isn't it? Macbeth. I know Lenny Henry did a amazing job in it years ago. What's Denzel Washington like in it?
I thought it was fantastic, and he was fantastic. Two of the best actors of their generation, just owning every scene they're in. Visually, I would say it was sort of inspired by Alfred Hitchcock and a lot of classic filmmakers. There's a great selection of British stage actors in supporting roles, like Alex Hassel and Bertie Carvel, who have both worked in the at the RSC in Stratford, where I am, in the past. I've seen a lot of versions of Macbeth, and for my money, this is up there with some of the best. I think it's just taking a story that I believe most of us know at least partially, and putting a new twist on it with some amazing actors. Very much worth checking out.
Fantastic. Good stuff. And it's available on Apple TV Plus from Friday, The Tragedy of Macbeth. Any plans, James, for the weekend ahead?
We're getting to award season voting, and I'm a voter for a couple of critics associations. So there are still some movies to watch for me. So I think it will be glued to my television and to the screening rooms, just catching up with everything before I cast my vote.
Good stuff. All right. Never a quiet time for James. James Luxford, our movie critic from Stratford-upon-Avon there. Good, bad and on-demand choices for this week for you. Bring you up to date.